much fun in all this. Woo!
Put Scooter on the phone, you bird brain.
What do you do, backflips? You jump up there in a silly suit? What do you do?
Yo, bam! I want you to play that.
All right, you're on.
Hey, what's up? Good afternoon, everybody. Fast Freddie finally getting ready to start here this afternoon. We were running a little bit behind schedule, a couple of technical difficulties, but we are now ready to rock the house here this afternoon. Well, here we go, Tuesday. And as you can see, I brought some booze today. We got booze, so we are going to rock the house here, that's for sure. Which means I have absolutely nothing to talk about today, so we're going to make drinks.
Yes, watch Freddie get drunk day. Yay!
Yeah, that's it. Watch me get drunk day today. So today, you know what, since the weather's really been breaking, you know, I figured we'll make a margarita or two here this afternoon. We got the triple sec. We got the tequila. We got the lime juice. I didn't get real limes today. Unfortunately, it's a little bit of a hassle. Now, we do have the world famous Youngstown studio ice machine making some ice here. Yes. So ice baby, we'll get that rolling here. Until then, what we'll do is have a cup of Joe's world famous espresso until the ice is ready. So cheers, Joe. I mean, Joe always makes a perfect cup of espresso. You know, every day, every week when we would do the show, I would always make sure I had something to drink. And then Joe started making these espressos and it was like, damn, are they good?
Perfection.
I know. You can't beat them. It's like, I love that, man. You know, give me that caffeine. Make sure I get some heart palpitations. Yeah. Make sure I'm talking so fast you can barely understand me.
Now, do these beverages complement one another? Can you go right from coffee into coffee into anything else you're doing here?
Not really, but you're going to see me do it today. You're going to see me do it today. Whoops, I'm spilling a little bit of this this dark brown goodness here. So anyways, cheers, everybody. We got a bunch of stuff here we'll talk about today. A lot of stuff, a lot of rock news, a couple of stupid criminals in the news, a couple of science facts, some science stories that I saw that might interest Joe and the rest of you.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Nothing about Mars or outer space or anything like that, though, today. But I got one interesting story that some of you guys might want to hear this story because somewhere down the line, this might be an excuse that you'll be able to use. So,
all right, cool.
This could be like, this could be a hack. yeah, that's it. You know, that's a word I haven't used. I got to incorporate the hack into my vocabulary
Freddie's
a little
hack.
more. Yeah, the hack of the day. No, I am the hack, as you will see in the next hour or so.
And throughout the program, we're going to announce the red box. Freddie's going to take control, take some phone calls, and try to give away the contents of Joe's loot here.
Now, Joe's loot, we have this little safe here, and if you come up with the 3-digit code that opens this today, you are going to win
a set of AirPod Pros and a $100 bill, crisp $100 bill.
A $100 bill. We're giving away a $100 bill and some AirPods.
Yeah.
The good ones.
The good ones. The real good ones.
Holy shit, man. You got to be kidding me. And your chance at a $100 bill.
Yeah, if we can't get the phone ringing because they want to talk to you, at least bribe the shit out of them. So.
Well, at least with me, everybody knows the motto. All my friends know the motto. If it's for free, it's for me.
There you go.
Times are tough. I'll take 3. I'm a whore. Give me 4. So that's the motto that we kind of live by. And so today we'll give you a chance to open up Joe's safe here and maybe win a $100 bill and some AirPods. Yeah. That'd be really cool.
Now, it has a lockout every couple tries, so that if we call up and it gives us that, we'll just have to wait like 5 minutes and we'll retry it again. So
okay, so we'll try your number again. Okay. Yeah, that sounds... Oh, we got to turn on the
phones? Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on it over here.
Which one here? Top button?
Yep.
Top button right
and then
here?
Swipe up from the
top button on the side?
Yes, on the side.
Oh, there we go.
And then swipe up from the bottom.
Swipe up from the bottom.
And then you might hit the little refresh button.
And then where's the refresh? Top?
Top right? Or top left, I'm sorry. Oh, no, let me show you.
Okay.
That's what we do.
We just go on the fly here. We learn something as we go along. Earn while you learn.
That's right.
All right. Nice shows. Youngstown studio. All right. Oh, there we go. Ta-da. And our phone number is 330-595-1600. 330-595-1600. The loot in Joe's safe today, a $100 bill.
An AirPods Pro.
And an iPod Pro.
AirPod
Pro. Yeah, let's not get the wrong thing here. Yeah, all of a sudden,
you were
like,
pissed off at
won!
me.
That would be like a WKRP in Cincinnati bit right there.
Right.
Yeah. No, we said AirPods, not an iPod.
That reminds me of the who was it that was going to get naked and big dude was afraid, or big dude was pissed.
Oh yeah, Casey Malone.
Casey Malone, there you go.
Yeah, we were joking about. I was just hanging out with Casey a little bit ago today, and her and Chrissy Patrick are definitely coming on the show here soon.
That'll be a fun one.
Oh, it's going to be a blast. It's going to be a blast. So I can't wait for that. But no, Casey stopped by and picked up some pierogies today, and so we got that all squared away. But anyways, so that's what we got in the safe here today. In Joe's box, Joe's prize box, Joe's safe, we have the AirPods and a $100 bill.
That's
if
it.
you can guess the three-digit code that opens up the safe. Now, if it locks up, if the time lock comes on, then you might have to wait a little bit.
Yeah.
But we'll get you in. We'll get you in. Am I allowed to play?
Sure.
Oh, I can
There's
play.
no rules. I set the rules and there are none.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, we're not taking any calls. 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, 3. 1, 1, 4. 1, 1, 5. And at some point here, as soon as our ice is ready, we will be making a margarita. But I figure let's finish the espresso. Now, keep in mind, now this contest is only good when we're on live right now.
Yeah, you can't
now,
just give you numbers and say, try when you get in.
Right. Yeah, because if you're listening to this as an archive podcast, then you won't be able to get through.
Harry George says, push the button. Did I miss the harp cue? Did we say anything that would
Oh,
take the
I'm
harp
not
cue?
sure.
I'm sorry, Harry, if I missed that, but all right, we got a caller. They hung up. Never mind.
Okay. All right. But anyways, if you want to get in on this, give us a call, 330-595-1600. 330-595-1600. Well, we're speaking of Harry George. George has been unfortunately under the weather here, and we're waiting. We're hoping that George gets better here because I know he wants to get out to all the fall motorcycle rallies that are coming up here later this year. And I'll tell you what, man, me and Georgie had some wild times down at Daytona. That's for sure. We celebrated a couple of his birthdays down there with lots of Jaeger and lots of Jack. Boot Hill, and boy, did we have a good time. So, yeah, George has been a little under the weather, and we're hoping that he gets back in action soon because we definitely want to get down to the fall rally at Myrtle and Ocean City and some of these other ones, Daytona for fall. And I think by later this year, everything's going to be opened up. At least I'm keeping my fingers crossed.
Yeah,
I'm hoping.
by July, I think that's going to be the sweet spot.
Yeah, I think that I saw where Ohio Bike Week, which is usually last weekend of May, first week of June, I think that's still on hold, but I think they're going to set a new date for that one. So that should be pretty good. I think our bike nights are going to be back up and running at places like the Lube and Ice House for sure on Tuesday night. And also for motorcycle activity coming up this Sunday, we have the Yankee Lake Swap Meet going on out at Yankee Lake. And that's always a good time. If you're looking for parts and accessories, and maybe you got a motorcycle that's half finished that you thought you were going to turn into something that's been sitting in the garage and you want to move it, or parts or accessories you want to get rid of, or if there's stuff you're looking for, then be sure to join us this Sunday. We start at 8 o'clock in the morning, and that'll be going on all day. And yeah, the bar is open as well. So,
do you know my favorite part of the swap meets are is those guys that do the artwork and the pinstriping? They are so freaking talented.
Oh yeah, yeah. One of my buddies, Keith Sturgeon, and I keep meaning to get Keith on the show, always does an excellent job. He's really top notch at that. You know what's kind of crazy though about the swap meets, and maybe I shouldn't bring this up because I don't want to blow a lot of guys' covers. A lot of guys make a lot of money that their old ladies don't know about at these swap meets because your wife sees this stuff as a pile of junk in the garage that's getting in the way, and she wants it out of there. And little does she realize that when you take that exhaust system or this or that, when you take it to the swap meet, you're making some money on this stuff.
Yeah,
so.
That's your retirement plan.
Yeah, I always say, you never tell your wife what you made winning at gambling or what you made at the swap meet.
It's always broke even.
Yeah.
And I unloaded that crap.
Yeah, boy, hey, some guy gave me $5 to take that stuff off our hands. I thought I had to throw it on the curb. So that's always a good one. I don't want to blow everybody's cover on that. But yeah, so we got the Yankee Lake Swap Meet coming up, and bike nights and all our poker runs are going to be coming up pretty soon. And we're just getting ready for motorcycle season. It's going to be here before you know it. And really, I can't wait. I'm psyched. I want to get out. A lot of great riding, a lot of the places that we ride to around here every weekend. There's even if you're not like one of these guys that rides far away, maybe you're a weekend warrior, there's a ton of great places to visit. I love the winery over at Foxburg. That's always a great time. Cougar Bob's up around Tionesta on Route 666 is old. It's an old schoolhouse that they turned into like kind of a hunting lodge type bar, and everybody loves to go up there in the summer. Just that's one of my favorites. I love riding through the Allegheny Mountains up to Kinzua Dam and all those different places. I love to get up there. Those are some of my favorite places to ride. And then of course all the rallies. Last year we didn't get a chance to go to Johnstown. That was always a big one. And Ohio Bike Week, and they usually do one in Erie, Roar on the Shore. So hopefully all those will be coming back this year and we can get back to normal. But I know last year, they had a nice time up at Geneva on the Lake. They did a good one up there, although they didn't have vendors or anything. But one thing I learned about this last year, and maybe this got to be our advertising slogan. If you want to get motorcyclists to come out, bikers to come out, tell them they're not allowed. That's the new thing there. It's like if you're, sorry, we're having a bike rally, but you're not allowed to be here. It's like, watch me, I'm showing up.
Right.
But all the great places that we usually go to, like up in Fairport Harbor, they have what is that up there? Sunset Bay, I think it is. And they have a restaurant, and the tables are out on a pier out into the water, and you could look over and see Fairport Harbor. That's a nice one. And down along the Ohio River in Toronto, they have Misty Harbor, and that's a nice place. It's just sitting right on the Ohio River, and you could sit there and you look out at the river and you see, the hills of West Virginia on the other side of the river. That's a good place to go. That's a nice stop. In Avella, Pennsylvania, over past Burgettstown and Star Lake, they have a place called the Bullpen, and that's another one. It's kind of like a rustic log cabin type place, but Saturday, Sunday afternoons, they have bands playing, and it's a nice ride to go down there. So I can't wait to get out to all these places. You could go somewhere different every Sunday. Paradise Bay up in Roaming Shores up around Austinburg. That's another nice stop. Another place up there is the Grand River Manor, and that's up in Ashtabula County on your way to Geneva, and it's off the beaten path, and it's down by I think it might be the Ashtabula River, and there's a covered bridge there, and it's a nice spot to party. They have a big yard out back, and you can sit by the river, and a lot of great places. Geneva on the Lake, of course, is always a favorite. Conneaut, Ohio, you have they have a barbecue place right there. I think it's called the Breakwall, and they have some great barbecue, and you're right there in the marina looking out. And then Conneaut Lake, they have a bar at the hotel. I don't know how it's going to be now. They have new owners up there.
Right.
And then they have a place called Silver Shores up there that we like to go to, and that's right on 322. And as many times as I was at Conneaut Lake until I found out about this place, I seen it, but it's kind of deceiving because it's right there on 322. But then when you go down the steps behind it, it's right on the lake, and they have a marina and everything down there too. So those are just some of the many places that, and you don't have to have a motorcycle to go to these places. I mean, if you just got a car and you want to go looking for something to do on a Saturday afternoon or whatever, those are just a few places. I want to put out like a little travel guide.
Yeah.
Or maybe do a video. And this coming summer, I really want to do the quest for the best perch sandwich on Lake Erie.
Yes.
We start in Conneaut, Ohio, and we go all the way to Toledo and try to find the best.
Yep.
Hopefully, my schedule and everything will allow me to do that. But that's one thing on my bucket list because.
Okay. And then while we're in Toledo, we can go across the border and see what the dispensaries have to offer. Over there.
Oh, yeah. We can go to Michigan to the marijuana dispensaries. Right. And who knows, maybe by that time, Canada will be open. We can see what they got going on there.
Right.
I had a couple of friends, they went up to Detroit not too long ago, and they went to a place called the Flower Bowl. And they say, and I guess this place was packed. And with the COVID, you could order online, and they would drop it off in your car. They would bring it out to you. And I guess they said there was like 4 rows of cars just waiting. The place was jam packed. You know, so yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming up here this summer.
I got a question for you. What I got on the screen? I almost bought this bike. It's an electric Harley Davidson, and I want to know, would I be accepted into the group? With an electric motorcycle that makes almost no noise.
Well, everybody likes the noise.
As hell.
I know you're you know, when it comes to the technology, you're on it, man. But you know,
I knew there was a but on that.
No, I mean, you know, here's how I look at it. I don't care what kind of motorcycle you ride. You know, everybody got to ride what you like. It's all about getting into the wind. And I know you're a technology nut, but
it's pretty. You got to admit that's a pretty bike.
It is wild looking. It is wild looking. You know what? And I think if they're going for the younger market and they have to expand their market, you know, beyond us, you know, heavy set older guys with white beards and ponytails and bellies, you know, you got to come up with something. But I'm just wondering how the whole noise thing is. I would be a little, to me, it would seem a little odd riding a motorcycle, not making noise. Because you like it to make noise. That's one of the things, one of the reasons. And the more noise you make, the better off you are, you know. Or at least it's a lot of fun to have noise, you know. Yeah. But, you know, see, everything is different. Every person is an individual. And it all depends on what you like. If it's your thing, go for it, you know. You got to be the one that likes it. Right. It doesn't matter. You know, I mean, I started out riding Hondas and Kawasaki's and, you know, whatever you like to ride. Right. The fact is, if you're out there having fun and you're riding, what does it matter? You know, what does it matter? I look at the same way about music. You know, you like that band, if that's what trips your trigger, God bless you, man.
That's great. And there was a bunch of people that pointed out that there was one that caught fire down in Daytona.
Yeah, I saw that. See, now that makes you wonder too. All of a sudden, you get one like that catches on fire, and then everybody sees it. And of all places at Daytona, where there's probably a lot of people that are skeptical, the old schoolers that are skeptical about that to begin with. Right. And then it catches on fire
and
there.
Like, see?
Yeah, I told you. Yeah, everybody taking a picture. I can't wait to post that.
Yeah, that's what happened to the workhorse truck too. Like the first demo model, it caught fire too, and you know.
Well, see those guys, I'm starting to get a little nervous about them. I hope they're on the up and up. I hope this isn't another Youngstown flop. You know.
Yep.
I hope this isn't another Youngstown flop.
I think we're good though. I think we're good.
Well, if that, we still got chill can to fall back on.
Oh no.
Oh, the chill can.
The chill can.
I got my application in, so I'm waiting.
Okay.
You know, all right. Maybe they'll make me the PR guy or something. The chill can. But if we only get Penguin beer in the chill can, then we got it all made.
Oh, heck
you know, that would be awesome.
World famous.
I'll tell you, the Penguin beer people are going pretty good though.
They are too.
I think they are. They're out there. They're starting to get aggressive with their marketing, and it tastes good. So who knows? You know, I was thinking about that the other day, about beer and like Penguin beer in Youngstown. And you think about all these microbrews that are out there right now. Actually, microbrews, so to speak, were big years ago when you stop and think about it, because every city had their own beer back in the day. You know, Pittsburgh had Iron City. That was their beer. You know, you had POC, as some people called Piss Out of Cleveland or Piss on Cleveland. You know, you had Duke beer, you had Stroh's out of Detroit, you had Kohler out of Erie. You know, back in the day, you know, Youngstown had Renner's beer back in the day. Back in the day, every city did kind of have their own beer. And then that kind of fell by the wayside, and everybody went to all the big stuff like, you know, Miller and Coors and Bud. And now you got all these local brews, so maybe that's something that's coming back, but it was actually something that's been around years before, although they didn't taste like they do now, you know. They get
kind of exotic with the taste now.
Yeah, too. They do. It's just not, okay, yeah, it's a Pilsner beer or whatever. But every city used to have that. You know, you go to like Chicago, at the Cubs games, they used to sell Old Style. And then, what did they serve in Baltimore? They had their own beer too. Natty Bo. I think it was called National Bohemian Beer. And that's what they served at the Baltimore Orioles game. That was like kind of the hometown beer. And of course in Pittsburgh you had Iron City, and then you had Rolling Rock, and you know, so actually like all these little unique regional breweries were something that had been going on for years, but now it's the type of beers that they make and the exotic flavors and mixes and blends and brews that they make that make it a little different now.
Right.
But actually the whole idea though of every city having their own beer is really nothing new. What were some of the other ones? Yeah, Natty Boh was in Baltimore. Old Style, that was in Wrigley Field. Kohler's, that was a big one around here. But then you think about all the fallen flag beers, Black Label, Blatz, Schlitz, Schmitz.
Those were all rough. They were really rough beers.
But man, all the old mill rats, man, they all used to drink that. Your grandfather, your old man probably at some point drank those.
Chewed tobacco and
oh yeah. And you're old if you still remember too the steel cans where you needed a can opener to pop them open.
Oh yeah.
When you look at the history of beer is kind of amazing because, when did they first start putting them in kegs? When did they start putting them in bottles? When did they start selling the first 6-pack? The refrigerated rail car had a lot to do with the development of beer and making it bigger. And then, of course, you had the Pop Top. I think the original Pop Top might have been on Stroh's or Iron City, if I'm not mistaken. But then you had the Pool Tab. And then you had the Pop Top like we have now. So you had the evolution of beer. I think one of my favorite innovations in beer would be the wheelie cooler. The
wheelie cooler.
The wheelie cooler. When somebody finally invented a cooler with wheels on it and a handle that you could. Hey, was that ice? Did I hear ice?
It did.
Oh, did I hear ice? Uh-oh. Well, I think it's almost margarita time, kiddies. Almost margarita time. But yeah, when you think of the history of beer, it's pretty interesting when you stop and think, like, when did they first start selling 6-packs? When did they start selling beer in cans? When did they start selling beer in bottles? But you know what the beauty of beer is? The beauty of beer, oh, look at that. Okay. Here, pour that right in here. Oh, you even have cups. I brought cups. I had some green cups left over from St. Patty's Day.
Perfect.
Now, boys and girls, let me drink my coffee first, and then we'll get into the margaritas. Give me something to get me pumped up a little bit, and then we'll get into the alcohol. There we go. So anyways, that, when you think about it, what is the one thing that we all can agree on in the world? It's beer. Beer is the uniting factor of everything. We could disagree on politics. We could disagree on music. We could disagree on cars, trucks. We could disagree on just about anything there is. But we all like beer.
Yes, we do.
It's like the unifying thing. I think we should depend on beer more to unify us instead of dividing us. All right, the margarita is a very simple drink to make. It is so easy, but I think some people are a little bit intimidated by it for the mere fact that when you buy it, you usually buy it while you're on vacation at a tiki bar, and it usually costs you $15, and you're like thinking, wow, there must be really something in this margarita if it costs that much money. But actually, margarita, 3 or 4 easy ingredients. Lime, although I kind of cheated on this. I got the lime juice. But, when you're making the margarita, I think you really like the fresh fruit because you get that aroma and got that fresh lime, and you cut it open and you squeeze it, and it's like, that's part of the thing, And so it's very simple. Got the ice in there. You throw 1 shot of lime juice in there. Very easy. And we're making an easy one today. We're making a poor man's margarita today. We're going with the triple sec, the cheap triple sec. But, you could use Contro. Oh, we have a problem. NASA, we have a problem.
Your shaker,
my shaker has a hole in it.
Oh no.
That's almost like a new country song, like a Jimmy Buffett song. My shaker's got a hole in it. Holy shit. Okay, well, I guess we're just going to... Oh man, we got lime juice all over everything in here. Uh-oh. Well, yeah. My shaker has a hole in it. Okay, that's something. That's the last thing I thought was going to happen. All right, well, anyways, I guess we can get rid of that shaker. All right, shot of lime juice. We got lime. Well, we're definitely going to have the lime, lime stuff in here. Fortunately, we didn't get it on any of the equipment. That's why I really hate mixing drinks around equipment and having liquid around here. We got too much stuff that could go wrong. But who would have thought that my shaker has a
of
hole
all
in it?
things.
There's your new Jimmy Buffett song. My shaker's got a hole in it. Okay, 1 shot of lime juice. Oh wait, you know what? Oh, this is going to throw everything off. How do we put the salt on the rim of the glass here? Bring me another glass, Joe. Boy, we can't even make a margarita today. Today is just not my day. Man, we got lime juice all over the place. Oh, I got a cup. Never mind. I got some of these green ones left over from St. Patty's Day. We'll stick with the festive feeling here. All right, let's get a little salt on the. Well, you know what we'll do? Some of the lime juice that we have over here. See, that's why you need a regular lime too, because you need you need to put a little lime juice around the rim of the glass so that the salt stays on it. But anyways, boy, this isn't exactly the direction that I thought. It's been that kind of a day for me anyways. So, anyways. All right, little salt on there. Boy, is this a half-ass margarita.
This is a hillbilly margarita.
Yeah, this is a hillbilly margarita right here. All right, very simple though. 2 shots of triple sec. Some people like Contro. That's a little more expensive. And then if you're really top shelf, you go to Grand Marnier. 1. I might need to. Do we have a straw or something that I could stir this with? Since my shaker got a hole in it. That's my new Jimmy Buffett song I'm going to write. Since you see, it's a good song out there right now that I like. What's that song? 1 margarita, 2 margarita, 3 margarita shot. That's a great song. That's a summertime song if I ever heard. And 2 shots of tequila. If you really want to be fancy, you use 1 shot of silver, 1 shot of gold. And then at this point, you would have had this all in your. Boy, I got this all over my notes and everything. Man, what a disaster today. Today is not my day. I'm telling you. 1 margarita, 2 margarita, 3 margarita shot.
Nice. I got to get you like a bar setup so that it's like a kitchen type
it's
of
something,
thing.
a little thing that we just wheel right over here, or something we pull out from underneath the table, and then I set it up. But who would have thought my shaker had a hole in it?
I'm telling you.
But anyways, mix it up there a little bit. Now, see, it would have been a lot better if you shook it up and whatever. So you got your 2 shots of tequila, 2 shots of triple sec, a shot of lime juice, a little salt on the rim, and you're good to go. So that's what we're talking about today. Look at that. The whole notebook here is covered in, we got salt all over the place. I knew today wasn't my day. You know what? I was actually thinking about, should I even go in today? I'm running so far behind. Things aren't going my way. Do we even do a show? And then I thought, well, you know what? We'll make a margarita, and I should have some kind of bullshit I could spew out over, a half hour, 45 minutes or so. And this is what we got.
But you invented a new drink, the Hillbilly Better Than Nothing Margarita.
The Hillbilly Better Than Nothing Margarita. That's what I like, though. That's what I really miss. Jimmy Buffett, man.
Yeah.
I miss going out to see Jimmy Buffett, and I always have my little tailgate set up, and I mix margaritas. Some people get a little skeptical, because, here I am in complete, coconut shell bra and a grass skirt and a crazy parrot head hat and everything, and I'm just handing out free margaritas because I just like doing it,
Right.
Got the Jimmy Buffett music playing, and everybody has it that way. And I'm kind of have a half-ass setup, Some of these people, man, they paint their cars, they decorate their cars, they got shark fins on their car. And well, first of all, I don't want to drive to the concert or home looking like that. Like, here's a Target, You go
in a phone booth and come out like that, but when you go back in.
No, that's exactly what I do. St. Patty's Day or anything, I got all those lighted beads and everything. First thing I do is take all that stuff off before I even, get in the car and start driving.
Right.
I think that's how they invented those lighted beads, like doot, 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 doot,
Yep.
doot, doot, a little radar there. Sensor, danger. But
Bill Rogers,
but I see some of them people, man. They have a big pirate flag painted on their car and a shark fin, but so when I leave the show, I definitely. But anyways, here we go. Little half-ass hillbilly margarita today. Better than
you got
nothing.
a caller. You want me to cue it up?
Yeah, let's take our first caller here. And it's Keith Sturgeon. Our buddy Keith is calling to crack the code on Joe's Safe here to try to win $100, a crisp $100 bill, as well as a pair of AirPods.
Keith, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, Keith, how you doing, man?
All right, how you doing?
Oh, hanging in there. I know you're getting ready for bike night to get started here soon, I would imagine.
Yeah, can't wait.
Now, Keith is a fine artist, and Keith has done a lot of portraits in his own unique style for a lot of people. Keith, why don't you tell us about your art style and some of the people that you've done some great artwork for?
Oh, okay. Well, what I do is pinstriping, traditional style pinstriping, but I do portraits with it. So I've done one for Jay Leno, Dave Kindig of Bitchin' Rides, Mark Warman up there of Graveyard Cars, and there's a few other people out there in the industry that I've done them for. But there's a big deal coming up here pretty soon that I'll make an announcement shortly on it.
Yeah, that's cool. Now, I know you put one together for ZZ Top. Did you ever get it to those guys, or where do you stand on the one you were working with ZZ Top?
Well, that ZZ Top was a commission by a customer who was a big fan of ZZ Top. So it didn't go to the band. However, one of the princes tried to get to ZZ Top. I think Dusty. My cousin lives near him, and he might try to get one to him. So,
oh, that's cool because, you know, ZZ Top, man, Billy Gibbons and those guys, they are huge car nuts. Those guys, I saw an interview with Billy Gibbons at one point, and he said his first words were Chevy, Ford, and Chrysler. Yeah,
well, Billy's a pinstriper himself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you see his guitars, he does a lot of his own guitars and stuff.
No kidding. He is such an interesting character. He is such an interesting character. And Billy, well, of course, you know, Hogzilla, they got that Cadillac Hogzilla. And today is the birthday of their Eliminator album. As a matter of fact, we'll be talking about that more. But they brought the cars to the forefront. And that coupe that they had on the Eliminator album, that thing became like almost as popular as the band once that album came out with the videos and everything. People were just as much as in love with the car as they were with the band.
Oh, for sure. And you saw that paint job on thousands of cars after that video. Everybody had that type of Z on the side of their vehicles in different colors.
Oh, yeah. And then you remember they had the one video and they had the magic car keys and they tossed the keys to the guy and then he started getting all the women. They were selling a million they were selling 1 million of those keychains too. The ZZ Top Magic keychain. They sold 1 million of those things.
Well, I had one, and I tell you what, it wasn't magic.
Oh, yeah, I think I did too. Yeah, I thought, boy, you know, once you had that one, you know, the hot women that you saw in all their videos, you thought for sure that, like, all right, here we go. But I guess the thing was that, like, you know, I had a beat up Chevy pickup truck, and I didn't really quite have that badass coupe, you know. Cadzilla. I didn't have Cadzilla. That's another one they had that was really a cool car. They got that Cadillac, that old Caddy, and then they have Hogzilla. Yeah. And the motorcycles that go along with it.
Yeah, that Cadzilla, I think that was built by Boyd Coddington, if I'm not mistaken.
Uh-huh.
And he's since passed, but he was a hell of a car designer also. He was something else.
Yeah. Now, what was I going to ask you? Oh, was it about ZZ Top let's go back to Jay Leno. That's what I want to ask you about. Jay Leno. Now, you actually, you know, you did one of your portraits for Jay Leno and he actually responded. Tell us about that story because I think that's pretty cool.
Well, yeah, I did. Like I said, I'm just trying to get my name out there. So I do these portraits for celebrities that I know are involved in automotives with cars and stuff like that. So I sent it to him. And, you know, I followed the tracking and everything, and I saw it made it to his shop, and I was like, okay, well, it's there. Is he ever going to see it? I don't know. Is it going to just get thrown in the trash? Who knows? So, like, a day later, I'm driving home from work, and my phone's ringing, and I look at it, and it says restricted call. I had no clue who it was, so I was like, I'll answer it. So I answered it, and he goes, hey. I says, hello, this is Keith. And he goes, hey, this is Jay Leno. And I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah, which one of my friends is pulling a prank on me now?
Yeah, exactly. He goes, no, this is Jay Leno. I got that painting, man. He says, that was really cool. I appreciate that. And I says, well, I appreciate the phone call. I says, that's awesome. I says, whenever I send something to somebody, I asked if they would take a picture with it.
Uh-huh.
And he told me, he goes, "Hey, you check your email when you get home. There, I already sent you the picture and everything." And I was like, "Wow, that was really cool." So, yeah, I got a response back like that, and that was pretty cool. And Dave Kindig, he was at the Supernats, and he's on Bitchin' Rides, and his cars are absolutely phenomenal. And I gave him his in person, and he turned around and purchased another painting of mine for his daughter for a wedding gift. And then his wife gave me all these different items that they sell, and they all autographed it and everything for me. So it was really cool. I've met some really cool people through this.
Yeah, that is awesome. I got to tell you, Jay Leno, I had a chance to meet him when he was in Youngstown, and he come out to the radio station. He was like the nicest guy, the most personal guy that you wanted to meet. And he was just so friendly and just so down to earth. And he was just such a great guy. And he's a guy that has a hell of a car collection and a hell of a motorcycle collection. And I remember talking to him about, motorcycles and some of the places that he likes to ride out west and stuff. And of course, he's had a couple of TV shows about that afterwards. And his garage is like a museum, man. I mean, his collection of cars and motorcycles is just out of this world. And on top of it, like I say, he is just the nicest down to earth guy that you want to meet.
Yeah, I almost got a chance to talk to him. I was at SEMA in 2018, and he went riding by on a golf cart, and I didn't get a chance to chase him down. But yeah, he was everybody was following him, and he was just talking to everybody, and it was just too much trying to get close to him to give a talk to him. But
right.
It was really cool.
Oh, he's a heck of a guy. He's a heck of a guy. Now, Keith, if somebody's interested in pinstriping and that sort of thing, because we're getting to that time of year, where could they reach you? How could they get in touch with you? Maybe get a little something, that little custom artwork that you need to separate your bike from all the rest. Where could they get in touch with you?
Well, they can look on Facebook. I'm on Facebook, Keith Sturgeon, or they can go to Skeeter's Graphics on Facebook and Instagram. And, they can look me up there. All right, man.
I
do a lot of bike nights and that.
Right. I've seen your work. I know your work, and I'm really familiar with it, and it looks awesome. Now, are you ready to try to open this safe? You got a 3-digit code that you think might crack Joe's safe here for the AirPods and $100 in cash?
Yeah, I want to go with 575.
575.
And hit the little E button.
Oh, hit the E button?
Yeah. Nope,
not there. Not there, Keith. Well, you could try again next week if nobody wins.
Okay, well, next week I'm going to reverse that.
Okay, that sounds good. Well, listen, Keith, I'm glad you called in, and I'll be seeing you out at bike nights here this summer. And if people want to get in touch with you for some awesome pinstriping, they can reach you. If they didn't get the information or whatever, contact me. I'll hook you up with Keith, and keep up the good work. And I'll see you out there sometime this summer, man.
That sounds like a deal. You guys take care.
All right, take care, Keith. All right, man. That's my buddy Keith Sturgeon, motorcycle pinstriper extraordinaire, great artist. And you should see some of these ones that he does, man. Johnny Cash and ZZ Top. The ZZ Top one was just off the charts, man. And he did one at Casey Malone. I'm trying to get him on the Casey Malone show. So yeah, nice. I got a little bit of pull there, so we'll see. Hey, by the way, the Hillbilly Margarita came out perfect.
Did it?
I didn't need a shaker. I didn't need anything. I didn't even need a fresh lime, and this thing is tasting really good.
Beautiful.
This is one of the best ones I've made. That's what you needed
to get back on your game. But see, that's
one thing I want to tell people is that you can make like margaritas and mojitos and stuff at home, but some people are a little intimidated because, like I say, you get them at these tiki bars and they cost you $12, and you're thinking, wow, what must they do? But once you learn how to make these drinks, they're so easy. And if you want to, like say you're having a party or whatever, instead of using a shot, then you could use like a bottle. So say you put 2 bottles of tequila, 2 bottles of triple sec, and then, a bottle of lime juice, mix it up, throw some ice on it.
Got a whole pitcher of it.
And you got a pitcher or even bigger.
Yeah, nice.
Or picnic cooler, one of them little picnic jugs, instead of a shot, you put a cup of each or whatever, and you just mix it up and
invite all your friends over and have a little margarita party in your backyard.
Or just drink it all yourself.
Or you could do that. And,
But no, this is actually tasting really good.
Nice.
Yeah. Honest to God, that is one of the best that I've made right there. That is perfect. That is a perfect margarita.
You are so impressed.
I'm impressed with myself. I feel like James Brown. Jump back and kiss myself. Ha! I feel good.
Well,
I feel good.
That is 2 drinks: the coffee drink and the Hillbilly Margarita.
Hey, that's what you need. You know, get that coffee in you first. Get that espresso in there to get you pumped up.
Right.
Get your heart beating a little bit, and then you throw some alcohol on top of that, and then it's look out, man. Katie, bar the door.
Yeah, just don't mix those 2 together in the same drink. That
Oh no, you know me and coffee, man. Me and coffee and alcohol. I love to mix it. I love to mix it.
All right.
You know,
but that coffee drink you made with what was it, Jaeger and
coffee and the Pabst Blue Ribbon hard coffee.
Yes, we got to do one of those.
A little
again.
shot of Bailey's in there to just take it over the top, and a little bit of Dunkin' Donuts coffee, or they have this. You could buy at the convenience store, like it's a Starbucks Nitro brew, and you throw a little bit of that on top too. So it's like the Red Bull. So you're getting kind of like the Jaeger. What do they call it? I'm having a brain fart right now.
I don't know.
Jaeger bomb.
Okay.
But instead of using Red Bull and regular Jaeger, you use Starbucks Nitro coffee and the Jaeger coffee cold brew. And
it was delicious.
It is, man.
Hey, the only time I've ever had a margarita was at Chi-Chi's. So that kind of dates when.
Oh, yeah. I miss Chi-Chi's. Chi-Chi's was a lot of fun.
It was, too.
And especially when they used to have your birthday. And they'd put the big sombrero on. They'd come out and they'd all do the little thing. And every year I would take my daughter out to her on her birthday and make sure I embarrassed her with the whole Chi-Chi thing. Especially, she was little and, or even when she was like a teenager, and then all of a sudden they come out and it's like, oh, Dad, you're so queer. What's wrong with you?
Embarrass the crap out of her. Good job,
speaking
Dad.
of birthdays, my son Matt is celebrating a birthday today. I got to give a shout out to Matt.
Happy birthday, Matt.
Happy birthday, Matt. And Matt works for the Toronto Blue Jays down in Dunedin, Florida. And he's a music expert. He plays the guitar. He plays drums. He's a baseball expert. He knows so much about baseball and facts and figures and trivia about baseball and wrestling. I don't think there's anybody out there that knows more about wrestling than Matt. I mean, he should have his own podcast with either baseball trivia or wrestling.
Send him my way, man. Send him my way.
Yeah, when he was little, we used to go. I used to take him to every wrestling match because I would always host all the wrestling matches, or we would interview the wrestlers, or do whatever we did. And so he always went since he was a little kid, and he would always be there with me and would be backstage, and all the wrestlers would, hey, and he'd get autographs and pictures with. So he knew about wrestling from like day one.
And they were superstars back then. Like they carried their own back in the day. Everybody knew who they, even if you weren't a wrestling fan, you knew who
Flair,
they were.
Undertaker, Stone Cold, he met them all. Bret Hart, Owen Hart, Iron Sheik, Sergeant Slaughter, you name it. Macho Man, the Macho Man. You always got to, whenever you talk about Randy Savage, you always got to talk like him. You got to talk in the Macho Man voice. You slap into a Slim Jim. You always got to talk like the Macho Man.
Yes,
you just can't say, oh yeah, Randy Savage, the Macho Man, Hulk Hogan, brother, I'm coming for you.
You got that going on a little bit. I can see that.
Yes. I got the beard.
Yeah, you can.
I just got to get something with like psychedelic fringes
Incognito.
and stuff,
I love
do a couple of big fat lines of coke to get Macho Man, brother.
He's down in Clearwater though, right? He's down in that area.
Actually, that's where Macho Man actually passed away, down in Clearwater. He had a heart attack and got in a wreck, and it was a lot of wrestlers live down that Clearwater area. Hulkster lives down there. When my son was little, we used to go by Hulkster's house to see if he would come out, kind of like back in the day around here when you'd go down to Zombie Land in Lowellville to see if you could find some zombies. We would go down to Hulk Hogan's house and drive up and down his street and stuff. Is he there? Is Hulkster going to come out? But I remember one time we were at Beagley Center, and the main event was Ric Flair. The Nature Boy was there, and he was in the main event. I think the main event might have been Bret Michaels and the Nate. And of course, the high flying, limo riding, kiss stealing, son of a gun, so he was supposed to meet my son after the show. And then there was this incident at the end of the show between Ric Flair and the security guards. And I'm not against security guards or whatever, but I think they overreacted. And because Ric Flair had some personal friends or family members at the match. And so the match is over, and, he had his little entourage there of whoever it was. And he says, hey, come on back here. And then the security wouldn't let these people back. I mean, and it's Ric Flair. He just got out of the ring after the match. He's got his robe on and everything. And, he's inviting his friends back. And then they start giving him a hard time. And it's like, he's, and it started out that he was nice about it. He goes, hey, I'm Ric Flair, but he wasn't even like, hey, you know who I am? I'm Ric Flair. It was like, dude, I just stepped out of the ring. These are my friends here. They're okay. They're allowed to come back here with me. They're my family or whoever. And then the security started getting into it with Ric Flair. And then it kind of went downhill from there. And so then temper started heating up and everything. And so finally, I guess they, somebody from the WWE got Ric Flair away from there, and he's yelling at the security, and, they're, going on. But since he couldn't meet my son, he sent him an autographed picture and a complete DVD set of all his matches.
Oh, no kidding.
So a week afterwards, my son gets this package in the mail from Ric Flair.
It's just so cool.
How cool is that, man?
He has my respect. Any celebrities that go over and above for their fans like that, yeah, that's good deal.
Yeah, the nature boy Ric Flair was just. But I'll tell you what, back then, all them guys were just they were just so nice. They were just all out there, and they were just. They were just great guys, and they were just so friendly to all the kids. Another one, God rest his soul, Owen Hart. When Owen Hart was there, my son and all his friends were there because I'd take all the kids in the neighborhood along, and they would all hang out. And man, Owen Hart was over there just making them kids feel like they were $1 million, hanging out, taking pictures, signing autographs, handing out, autographed pictures and stuff. And it was just, really a good time. That's cool. Really a good time. But then my son, from there, he just became like this wrestling, almost a goofball, Right. And me and him would always go to concerts too. He knows a lot about music. Even when he was very young, I'd just take him to all the concerts, and you got a chance to meet a lot of people, and we would, we just always go to concerts. It was nice. It was a good time. So happy birthday, Matt. We got to get him on the show one day just to talk about wrestling. If we could do a whole wrestling show, and he would just, I think, blow some people away because he knows.
Sounds like an interesting cat. That's for sure.
Yep. So happy birthday, Matt.
We got a caller. You want to take another caller?
Yeah. You know what? My screen went out here. Where do I push?
The side.
Side.
And then, and then push up.
Push up. All right, yeah. Let's take another call. Let's jump on there and make it happen. If you want to get in and try to win Joe's loot in this little safe that we have here, if you can guess the 3-digit code, you will win a pair of AirPods and a crisp, brand new $100 bill. So let's go to our next caller. Hey, who is this?
Yeah, when the hell did you start drinking margaritas, man?
Oh, it's an easy drink, man. It's an easy drink. That's all. It's summertime. I got my party parrot hat on. I'm just trying to set a mood here. Hey, it's Harry George, man. George, how you doing, brother?
Well, they're getting ready to let me put me out to regular physical therapy now, so things are looking good.
Oh, that's good. That's good to hear, man. That's good to hear. I know you had a few health issues here you were dealing with, but it's good to see you're on the road to recovery because we got to get you back in shape here for these fall events coming up, man. I hope you're going to be ready. We got Myrtle coming up and Daytona in the fall and everything. So I hope you're back in the groove and ready to get down there, man.
I've got rooms booked at the Fall Myrtle Rally and at Biketoberfest.
Well, you're sounding good, man. You're sounding excellent. Are you back up to speed on your podcast yet?
We're still doing some of the replays, you know. But matter of fact, as soon as I get off here, after I get done teasing you for being such a bitch, I can't believe you're drinking margaritas, man. What the hell?
It's the afternoon, man. I'm just trying to set a mood.
You know, Mad Dog, Night Train.
I got some bourbon over here. We'll get his testosterone.
I know. I'll tell you what, though. One of the most fun things that we did was your birthday in Daytona, man. That was such an awesome time. Did we not have a killer time or what?
Who remembers? Jesus Christ.
Well, there are some pictures out there. There are some pictures out there that I won't consider incriminating evidence that looked like we had a good time.
Yeah, there are a couple of dead pigeons that flying off the front porch, too, but we won't talk about that either.
Oh, man. David Allen Coe at the Iron Horse, watching them young ladies put those bras on the rafters over at Boot Hill.
Yeah, or the washing machine down at Dan's.
Yeah. Now, for those of you that don't know, now I don't know. You know, it was Harry George's birthday weekend. We decided to go down to Daytona to celebrate. Now, when we first get into place, you know, it was almost like I was on vacation with Hunter Thompson. It was like I was on vacation with Hunter Thompson. The first thing we do, we get to the hotel room, which was, you know, like with the comped by the radio station, and then one of us, I'm not going to say which one of us, decided that it would be fun to hunt seagulls from the balcony of the hotel.
Have you ever seen a seagull get smacked with a 357? I'm going to tell you what, they explode.
Feathers were flying everywhere. And I'm like, oh shit, where is this weekend going to go? And then it just continued from there. And then of course, you know, we went out to the Iron Horse to see our buddy David Allen Coe. And then, but the washing machine, now for those of you that don't know, the washing machine is a technique that they use at the wet t-shirt contest down at Daytona at Dirty Harry's. And I don't know how it happened, but the next thing you know, there's me and Georgie on stage there dumping water on the girls. And then explain the whole process of the washing machine, if you would.
You take a large plastic pitcher. You fill it with ice water. You emplace this implement on the young lady's breast completely. And then you proceed to rotate the jug, man. And I'm going to tell you what, you can get a nipple to get out there, man. I'm going to tell you what, we had the one girl, man, I swear before God, she had 3-inch nipples.
That was a prize. I think we ended up having to give her a prize just for that, for longest nipple.
Yeah, I know. And then of course we went down to Boot Hill. I got to tell you folks this because honest to God, we went down to Boot Hill, and for the very first time in my life, very absolute first time, I actually declined a shot of Jaeger when I'm looking at an 8-ounce glass for $3, and Fred's on the third one, you know?
And we were hanging with the Jaeger girls too, man. The Jaeger girls were there, and we were living large, man. Talk about living La Vida Loco.
It got real interesting, folks. Then the best part, honest to God, folks, because I know you've partied with Fred. You guys know how I like to party. The two of us together, it's an amazingly crazy piece of business. But, man, here we are. It's sometime in the late night, early morning, and we've been drinking all day long. And we're going back to our hotel, which is 12 blocks that way. You know? You want to walk, I'm going to tell you, man, people will run over your ass if you walk down the middle of the road. You know? Because there's the yellow line you can follow. They'll tell you where you're going.
because you're mine. I'll walk the line. I thought you were supposed to follow that double yellow line right down the middle of the street to get back to the hotel.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, dude.
Oh man, we've had some hellacious times, but your birthday at Daytona for Bike Week, that was one hell of a celebration. So hey, let me know when you get your podcast back up and running, so we could make sure everybody gets back on the Harry George and the usual suspects. And I know you want to win because George is the guy that we invented the slogan, if it's for free, it's for me. This is the guy that we invented the slogan about. I've been to bike rallies with him. I remember we were out at what was that, Rumble out in Tionesta.
Rumble on the river.
Yeah, Rumble on the river in Tionesta. So we go out there, right? George had mooched free tickets off of one of our buddies from a radio station, so you got free tickets. We went through there. We had a free shoe shine. We had our boots polished. We had free corn on the cob. We had 3 or 4 free beers. We had, we come out there with a bag full of stuff. And he was like the king of the moochers. It was like, I got to go to more places with this guy because anything that he could get, I don't think we spent $10 out there the whole day.
Don't forget the ribs, man.
Oh yeah, ribs. And then half the vendors that he knew out there always had a cooler in their display. We ran into Big Rick, the motorcycle chopper guy, that did the 8th of November bike for Big and Rich, and our good buddy, who could forget Uncle Bob and his leather, and everybody had something at those things. And me and George went through there, and this guy right here had something for free from everybody. We had keychains, T-shirts, hats. We walked out of there. I was like, wow, how did you do that? And we didn't even pay to get in.
I can still remember I went to that one display and I asked about having a T-shirt, and he said, aren't you one of the guys on the stage? And I said, yeah. He said, here. He gave me a box of them. You remember that? We were talking them off the people. Yeah,
and I think, who was there? Was it the Marshall Tucker Band was there that day? And, the blues band from Cleveland with our one buddy.
Rick.
Yeah. Blue Taxi? Was it Blue Taxi? Is that what they were called?
I don't remember the name of it, but I do remember the name of the singer. Their lead singer was Rick.
Yeah. All right, hey, listen, give me your number here. Give me a 3-digit number. Let's see if you win this $100 bill in these AirPods.
796.
796. Enter. Nothing there, Georgie.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Hey, listen, man, I got another call here we're going to grab, and I will see you soon. And, stick with that rehab because coming up this fall, man, I want to party with you at some of the big fall rallies are coming up. So you got a few months to get back in shape, and let me know once the podcast is back up and running too, so we can get everybody back on track with you, man.
All right, man. Peace. Take care of yourself.
Peace out. There he is, man. The one and only godfather of road rage, as he's been known. And he's lived up to it. I've seen him. I remember one day we're on the air and somebody calls up and says, hey, I'm over here at Walmart in Austintown and Harry George is jumping up and down on somebody's car. What should I do? And I said, I wouldn't bother him.
Stay back.
He's the godfather of road rage, and he lives up to that name. That's for sure.
Yep.
All right.
Keith Sturgeon sent me a bunch of his art. I'm going to throw that up on the screen. Can you kind of narrate and tell us what we're looking at here?
Yeah, that one there.
Let the viewers.
Yeah, let's see here. Keith Sturgeon, pinstriper extraordinaire, and also does great rock and roll portraits. Let's see there. There's a great one of Bruce Lee that he did. Yeah. There's that one that we were talking about with ZZ Top. That one looks killer. Janis Joplin. Here's Jay Leno with the one that he did for Jay Leno with Jay holding it up. That is really cool. And that's one of the car guys. There's a great one of Gene Simmons there. Keith Richards, awesome stuff. He's going to do Marilyn Manson.
Look at that.
Yeah, he does all these great portraits, and he's got to do one for me at some point. That looks like Ringo, and David Bowie, Ziggy Stardust, Jimi Hendrix. I mean, he does some awesome artwork, and like I say, look him up, and he'll definitely fix you up with some great pinstriping. Hey, my buddy OH wants to call in, man. He wants to win something. Give us a call, 330-595-1600, 330-595-1600. If you got the 3-digit code that can open Joe's safe right here, you'll win a $100 bill, and we'll also hook you up with a pair of AirPods. I seen those advertised on TV the other day. I was like, that's what we're giving away? Those things are pretty good for a prize to give away. Right. So we got some big prizes here. Yeah, you can't beat that. You know, we were talking a little bit here about ZZ Top, and today is the birthday. Today is the birthday of their Eliminator album. And I wanted to talk a little bit about that because that was a huge album. That album came out on this date in 1983, and there were so many good songs on there. Give Me All Your Lovin', Got Me Under Pressure, Sharp Dressed Man, TV Dinners, Legs. How big of a song was Legs back in 1983? And it was crazy when you think about ZZ Top and that album when it came out. They just dominated MTV. Once that came out, all their videos, hot rods, hot women, and they just took it to the next level.
Heck yeah.
And
I wonder how many like movies and commercials those songs went on, because it was everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Now, the thing was, you know, before that album, ZZ Top was pretty much, they didn't use synthesizers. That was one of the first albums they used synthesizers on. But I think they took it over the top, because when I saw them on the Eliminator tour, I thought there was at some places they weren't even playing. I think it was there was a lot of computerized stuff going on. Now, I've probably seen ZZ Top for whatever reason. I don't know why it is, but more than a lot of bands. And I have seen them when they did the big extravaganza, and I've seen them when they were just like 3-piece, just blues band, and they can hang. Yeah. But it seemed to me like on an Eliminator tour, they were kind of synthesized up, and I don't think they really needed that. But it was 1983, and that's what was in. And you know what's really crazy? Start thinking about what was playing on MTV in 1983. In 1983, you had all these like new wave bands like Flock of Seagulls and Aha, and you know, I think maybe Duran Duran, Crowded House. You had all that like new wave stuff going on. And then here you had this Texas boogie blues band that has been around for so many years, and they were like kind of different from that.
Right.
They didn't really kind of fit the MTV Video Killed the Radio Star,
right.
You know, Mexican radio and all those kind of crazy like new wave acts, and they're still going strong. You know, Flock of Seagulls and all those bands are long gone, and ZZ Top is still out there doing it because they kept it with the basic, boogie rock sound, and that it was kind of crazy that these guys didn't look like the guy from Aha with the big hair or the Flock of Seagulls, and you know, who'd say that with "We're from the land down under." Who's that? Men with hats. And,
Men with hats.
And Safety Dance. Who did the Safety Dance? The Safety Dance, you know, and Tina Turner and all those other bands that were out at the time. You know, you looked at ZZ Top and it was like, who the heck are these guys? These old guys with these beers from Texas. Right? What are they doing? And they just kind of took that MTV and just took them to the next level. And they're still out there. As a matter of fact, if you're ever out somewhere, and I ask this trivia question, which I do a lot because I don't like to think too much about coming up with different trivia questions every time I'm out somewhere. But ZZ Top holds the record for being the band together the longest with the same original members.
Really?
And I guess it helps if you only got 3 guys and everybody stays alive.
Right.
And one day, thanks to Cornell Bogdan, we were partying with Mike Flannery, who is the organ player for Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top. He has a side band. And Mike Flannery, they call him the Wanderer. and he was the Hammond B3 organ player for the Billy Gibbons side project. And he was just talking about, he had so many interesting stories. I'd love to get him on one day of the podcast. You know, he plays with Jimmy Vaughn, Stevie Ray Vaughan's brother. He's married to Sue Foley, who's an excellent female blues musician. You know, they're from down in the Austin area, and they're just cool people. And he had all these stories about Billy Gibbons, and you know, Billy Gibbons is a Walmart shopper. Billy Gibbons, it's nothing for him to pull a tour bus into a Walmart at 3:00 in the morning and just buy crazy shit.
Really?
And one time they pulled into Walmart and he bought everybody pajamas, and he had the pajamas tailored into their stage costumes that they wore. But Billy is just an amazing guy. If there's a guy that I had a chance to meet them one time at the Richfield Coliseum, and they had the dancing girls from the videos there and stuff. It's pretty crazy.
Very cool.
But Billy Gibbons is just such a cool dude.
And Rick said on Facebook that he got his guess and he put it on the answering machines, check it so he can win. Well, there isn't an answering machine. When you call the call screener, as soon as you hang up, that disappears. So I don't know what.
Yeah, so you got to hang on.
You got to do.
So does he have? Did he give his number?
I don't know. I can't see it. So
call back, man. Call back, and we'll get you on. But yeah, man, when you look at ZZ Top's Eliminator album, Give Me All Your Lovin', Got Me Under Pressure, Sharp Dressed Man, Need You Tonight, I Got the Six, Legs, TV, Dinners. That was a good video too. And then when they went to their next album after that, and then they had, oh man, they just had some good stuff off of that too. But you know, all the videos that they came out with for Under Pressure and Legs and Give Me All Your Lovin' and TV Dinners, that just took them to the next level. Yep. But yeah, I'm a big ZZ Top fan. I like him a lot. You know what? Another thing I had in rock history today here, I got to look this one up too. This is also a big day in rock history. On this date in 1986, phase 2 of Van Halen began. Today was the release of the album 5150, and that was their first album without David Lee Roth and with Sammy Hagar, who replaced David Lee Roth. Now, I think there's probably only like a couple of bands that were able to pull off what they did. Of course, AC/DC was able to continue without Bon Scott. You know, Bon Scott was their charismatic lead singer until he passed away, and then Brian Johnson took over, and they were able to keep the band going without missing a beat. And I think when Sammy Hagar took over for Dave in Van Halen, I think the band went to another level. Now, a lot of people, there's always the argument, who'd you like better, man, Dave or Sammy? Dave or Sammy? I like them both. See, I'm not one of them people. When it comes to that, if I hear music and I'm in the mood and I'm partying to it, I don't think too much about it. I don't really think too much about the people and the bands and all that kind of stuff, even though I know who they are and I get the whole thing and why people feel that way. But to me, it don't matter, you know? And I think with Van Halen, I mean, when they had David Lee Roth, he was just a balls out wild man front man that they needed to showcase Eddie Van Halen's guitar playing.
Right.
They needed like a carnival barker out there to say, and now, ladies and gentlemen, you know, after we got the Lizard Boy, here is, you know, the Gorilla Man, you know.
I see a theme here. So you can tolerate electric motorcycles, you can tolerate Sammy Hagar or David Lee Roth or Sammy Hagar, and you can put up with anybody's political persuasion, whatever floats your boat.
It doesn't really.
You're
I
awesome,
don't
man.
really. That stuff doesn't affect me in the least bit. I don't give it too much thought. Maybe I'm just very shallow when it comes to that because you know
whatever makes you happy.
Honestly, I don't give a shit.
Yep.
I really don't. You know, and I think, you know, the difference between, you know, when you look at Sammy Hagar and you look at David Lee Roth was just this flamboyant front man, like I say, carnival barker. He's a guy that's going to get you into the show, you know, and he's going to show you the gorilla lady, and he's going to show you the three-legged calf, and he's going to show you the two-headed snake, and that's what he really was. And plus, when you look at the difference between the songwriting between Sammy and Dave, Dave's songs were not love songs. That was probably the biggest difference. When you look at Sammy's songs were love songs, When Love Walks In, Dreams, this, that. And Dave, you know, is stuff like Drop Dead Legs and Panama and just these crazy songs that weren't really love songs. They were like songs about
adrenaline, like
that were out there, you know? And that's what I like about Dave. And Dave, I haven't seen it lately, but for a while there, he had a podcast And the guy was so far out there, it was just crazy. And I love the way that Dave talks, you know. He gets on there and the way he tells a story. And I mean, he just has this charisma that you just sit there and you listen to him. And for a while, when he was coming out with these podcasts like every week and stuff, I was following him like crazy because he was just so interesting. And the way he tells a story, it was like, man, that was like really great. Yep. Now, Dave, for a while there, when Howard Stern went on to satellite radio, he filled in for Howard for a while, which probably for anybody to jump in there and try to fill those shoes would be insane.
Right.
You know, just the fact that somebody stepped up to do it was like nuts, you know.
Right.
And, you know, of course it bombed. And I remember at that point in time, he bombed on the radio show. And then I saw him on the Tonight Show, and he was playing with a Van Halen bluegrass band. And they were doing these Van Halen songs with a bluegrass band. He's doing Jump and Panama, and, you know, to this bluegrass band. And I'm looking and I'm going, I was kind of feeling sorry for him because he kind of looked goofy. He was wearing a pair of denim coveralls and stuff, and the newsboy cap. And I was like, poor Dave, you know. And I'm sitting there, I'm looking, man, poor Dave. And then he was supposed to play at Eastwood Field. And he did play at Eastwood Field. And he played, you know, it was Blue Oyster Cult and Dave. And there was, a couple other bands, I think, on the thing. And I was there and I'm thinking, I'm coming here and I'm going to see Dave bomb because I thought he was on his last legs. And I was kind of feeling bad about it, you know. I'll tell you what, Dave played at Cafaro Field with a Van Halen tribute band and blew the frickin' place away. He was just so awesome and so good. And he was doing the spin in the mic stand and his karate kicks. And he come out with the Diamond Dave gold lame diamond robe on. And, cool. And there was fireworks going off and everything. And I was like, damn, I was so glad that I was there. And Dave just kicked ass. Then the last time I saw him, which was on that last tour that they did, and that tour was more like his voice wasn't there. His voice just wasn't there. And Dave wasn't always the best singer, but his personality, his charisma, and his lyrics always carried him across, you know, because he's just such a super showman. Right. And so Dave, it was more like I looked at that and I called that tour the come on out and watch Eddie Van Halen play guitar tour is what that was about, you know. And they had Wolfie on bass and everything, but I saw that one. But Sammy, on the other hand, Sammy Hagar, I think he's like 70-some. That guy could still hit the notes. Yeah. If you want to say who's the better singer right now, just singer to singer, Sammy Hagar at this point in time has a better voice. His voice still sounds good. And Sammy, and Sammy to me just seems like a down to earth guy that you would like to hang out with. Dave is like kind of out there, but right. That's why I like to hang out with Dave because he's out there. Right. And Sammy, I'd like to hang out with him because he's just a rock and roll dude, you know? And so when he come into the band, they went into more of a different direction, a little more poppy, you know, a little more keyboard oriented and things like that. But I like the Van Halen stuff and, you know, and the Van Hagar, as they call it. I like it both, you know. But when they come out with 5150, that was the name of the album. And that was another one that had a ton of great songs. Why Can't This Be Love? Dreams. Hot Summer Nights on my radio. I always thought that was a great song. You know, Best of Both Worlds, Love Walks In. Those were all great songs, you know. I think so anyways. Yeah. But they weren't like Drop Dead Legs and Take Your Whiskey Home and some of them like crazy songs that Dave wrote. But in their own right, I think they were good songs. So, you know, and I know people debate that and whatever you like better. Hey, that's cool with me. But I like them both. But, you know, it took them in a different direction. But, you know, I still think, though, that at this point in time, you know, Sammy's a better singer. Yeah. You know, and he played guitar, too, and whatever. But, yeah, today was the day that Van Halen entered their next era with 5150 and the Sammy Hagar era of Van Halen began. And 1984 was a big album for them. And actually 5150 was even a bigger album as far as sales go. So, but you know, to each their own. You like Sammy, you like Dave. It's all good.
Right.
Like who you like, you know. I'm not going to sit there and debate with you, you know, or whatever. You know, you like that guy, you like him. I like them both. And you know, but like I say, it's for two different reasons. You know, you like them for what they are, what they bring to the table. Like we were talking the other day, you know, I don't think that there's the best or this guy's the best. Everybody brings something different to the table. Like them for what they bring to the table. And that's how I look at it. But yeah, 5150, celebrating a birthday. It was released on this date in 1986. Hard to believe that some of this stuff is that old. ZZ Top Eliminator, 1983. See, when I talk about this stuff, I really hate to bring up the date. I would just like to say Van Halen, you know, ZZ Top's Eliminator album is celebrating a birthday today, because when you look at that, you go down that road. We got any more ice?
But it just kicked off. I'll go grab some.
You want to do
Rick has a guess on Facebook. Okay. But here's the deal: if you guess on Facebook, we can still open it, but the hosts get to split the bounty. You don't get it.
Oh, is that what it is? I get one ear pod and $50. No, I'm deaf in one ear anyway, so that's all I really need.
We got another call coming in. Let me cue that up before I go get you some ice.
Oh, okay. All right.
Let's see who this ends up in. They're still answering the secret passcode questions.
Okay.
I'm calling to talk to Fast Brady. Yeah, I transcribed that pretty well. All right, here we go. Fast Brady, it's all on you.
Hey, what's up? Who is this?
This is OH, Freddie. What do you know, brother?
Hey, OH, man, my brother, old hippie. How you doing, OH? What's going on, man?
Oh, cancer-free, brother. Cancer-free.
Yep, I'll tell you what, man. I tell you what, I just want to let everybody to know that's listening right now. OH had a battle with cancer and beat it, but I'll tell you what, that wasn't an easy battle for you, was it, man?
No, it wasn't. It was hard.
You know, I've known you for so long, and I knew you from the time that you had some back problems with that, and I know the whole story, and saw you go through that whole thing, but you kicked its ass, and you're back out on the bike and everything, and man, God bless you. I mean, when you get that diagnosis, and as tough as it is, if you hang in there, man, good things will happen, right?
Oh yeah.
And OH right here is living proof.
Cancer, man, first thing you think of is I'm dying. And I said, you know what? I got cancer, but I'm not going to die, man. I'm going to kick ass.
Yeah, and you did too, man. And you did, because
I'm cancer-free.
I remember,
they can't even find it in my system where I had it. So I'm cancer-free. Good for me.
I know. Hell yeah, man. I mean,
riding, Freddie.
Hey, soon. I was looking at some of our old pictures, and Vince and the guys, we want to get down to some of them places. We got to get down to Mark's Landing and up to Geneva and every place. So, this, it's right around the corner, and we got some poker runs coming up here, and we're definitely going to hit the road. Cool. That's for sure, man. That's for sure. I can't wait.
You couldn't do it before, because every time we did, you'd have to run off and go to the studio and shit.
Yeah.
And now you don't have to.
Yeah. What was the last run we went on? I'm trying to think. You and Dave were there, and I remember we were out at Colebrook and some of them places out there. I can't even think what that run was for. We were out at Yellow Dog and. But Crossroads, we were at Crossroads.
I hit so many of them, I can't remember which ones they are.
I know, man. Well, the weather's here, and we're definitely going to be out, and I can't wait to ride with you. See, that I'll tell you what, that's what really makes it special for when I get a chance to get out and ride with OH, because knowing his story and knowing everything that he went through, and to get him back out in the wind and just to ride next to him, to me is a real honor, and I can't wait to get out there and do it again here. But we're right around the corner, man. It's coming. I know a lot of guys have already been out, so we'll definitely be on there. Now, I know you like to win free shit, so what's your code, OH?
Mine is 743.
743. Enter.
Nope.
Is that it? Not there, brother. I thought we were going to split that $100 in an earbud each, All right. Hey, listen, well, you got my number.
What about the 10th anniversary for 93.3?
Oh, one of the
me and you and the old lady, man, we sat there and drank 3 trays of shots.
That
man,
was one of the
by one after one.
That was the craziest party in the history of Youngstown. The CD 106 10th anniversary party at the Metroplex, starring Southside Johnny and the Ashbury Jukes. Yeah. And it was at the Metroplex, and everybody that went to that show had a room. And I remember OH, instead, you know, like some people buy a round of drinks, he was buying whole trays because the shooter girls would come around. He was buying whole trays.
Dang.
And we went through 3 trays. This was like one of the hardest parties that I was at that went on to the next morning. There were people running naked through the halls and stuff. I remember that Monday morning. It might have been until Tuesday. And next thing you know, the people from the Metroplex were on the phone calling the radio station. Hey, you owe us like X amount of money for damage to these rooms. And people were staying in rooms that didn't book them and this and that. And all the naked people running through the halls. What were you people thinking? It was like, that was one of the craziest parties of all times.
Oh yeah.
How we even managed to survive that one was beyond me.
I don't know. After the concert, man, me and you went from room to room to room to room.
Oh yeah, it was just like
people and partying.
It was just like one every single room had like a huge party going on, and this was going on till like 5, 6 in the morning. There was no break, man. I can remember our buddies like Puddin'. Remember Puddin' was there, and Taz and all them guys, and it was Butcher. It was just like, it was such a wild time, man. It was such a wild time. That one goes down in the history of one of the greatest rock and roll moments in Youngstown rock history. All right, hey, listen, brother, we're almost getting close to wrapping up here. So get in touch, and we'll get Vinny and Jay Bird and the whole crew, and we'll call Dave and everybody, and we'll get out and go out and do some riding, man. I can't wait.
Okay, brother.
All right, take care, man. Love you, bro. I'll be seeing you soon.
Take care.
All right,
love you too, brother.
All right, man. Take care, man. That's my buddy OH, boy. We've had some good times too. Boy, him and Harry George calling in, my liver's getting hard. My liver's getting hard just thinking about this. I don't know if we're gonna have time to even mix up another margarita. We're almost done.
Yeah, so much for let's do an hour, right?
Yeah, I thought we were going to do an hour, and I was like, oh, man, I got nothing to talk about, and we're going to wrap it up. Oh, a couple of people that passed away here this week that I want to talk about, too, and just send my condolences out. Michael Fonts passed away, and Michael played with Edison's Medicine for many years, and unfortunately he passed away. And another one of our friends we lost yesterday was John Ruby, and John was just a huge supporter of local rock and just a great guy. And I just want to send condolences out to all his family and all his friends, because we had another guy that we had tons of great times with, and just a great guy, and just a true supporter of Youngstown rock scene and all the local bands and stuff. And he will definitely be missed. So let's see. I think we covered everything. Once again, if you're looking for something to do on Sunday, we got the big motorcycle swap meet going on at Yankee Lake. That starts at 8 in the morning. Come on out if you're looking for parts and accessories, and maybe I'll get some new biker jewelry here. Look at this is where I get all my rings and my bracelets, all my bling, man,
Biker bling.
Yeah, $5 for this, $3 for that,
Oh, don't give it
my family jewels. Look at what my family jewels are, Pretty bad when your family jewels add up to like
$17.50.
Yeah, $32.50 from the motorcycle swap meet. But yeah, once again, great time today. Coming up on Tuesday, we got comedian Bob Zaney is going to be our guest. And then next Thursday, I think it's next Thursday. You know what? It's kind of messing me up the way the month ends, because, we still got like a half a week next week in March and then April. So, oh no, you know what? March 29th, I got to find a guest for March 30th. And then April 1st, we're going to have March 29th. Okay, we need a guest for March 29th. And then April 1st will be Bob Zaney. or a comedian. I might get a couple more comedians on. And since it's April Fool's Day, we'll get some of my friends that are
good
fools
call.
on.
I see what you did there.
And then April 6th, unfortunately, we're going to be off. And then hopefully April 8th, Paul Skowron will return. And he'll be talking about a couple of new music projects he's working on. And then from there,
Well, let me tell about the draft party. So last Thursday in April, which is I think the 28th, we're going to send Freddie out to Magic Tree. And they're going to be doing a party for the draft. We're going to be doing 29th, a show. The 29th. Yeah. We're going to be doing a show here in the studio. And he's going to be our roving reporter to check in with what's going on, who the Browns picked, who the Steelers picked, and get a sense for the pulse of the community.
Yeah. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So those are just a few things that we have going on. And don't forget, on all the podcasts we have here on the Youngstown studio, keep sending your codes in and you might be a big winner. So I want to thank my buddy Keith Sturgeon for checking in with us today. Harry George, as always, and he's on the mend, and I can't wait for Georgie to get back into shape and get out on these fall rallies and everything. And my buddy OH will be hitting the road with him at some point here this summer. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Time for us to wrap up, and we'll see you Tuesday afternoon. Peace out.
Thank you for listening to this show on Youngstown Studio. If you like our programming, we invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow our Facebook page, or subscribe to your favorite podcast platform like iTunes or Spotify. This is original Youngstown content, and we would appreciate you sharing the videos and the word about us. Thank you.